has the toe holds over here, so you want to prevent your opponent from having that opportunity, right? And you just reinforce it here. Cool, so let's turn it around. Just so you guys can see, my foot's on the hip here, my knee covers the heel here, and my feet will be hooking at his hamstring here. So this is the position I need. Cool? Any questions so far on this entry? No?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes.
The way you step in, you go to the right hip, but for me it's more natural to go to the left hip, like with your left foot. If you're going on the right side.
So you mean it's more natural for you to go here?
Yeah. Is there something, like some defect there?
We're trying to bring our knee into this position here because we're trying to block that hip. So if you would step in here, you would need to adjust on the way down.
Yeah.
If you can do so, that's fine. But for me, and in general, you're trying to go into the direction of the leg you're attacking. So I'm trying to pin that hip here, so I'm stepping in towards that hip. So I'm over here, stepping in here, and falling back here. It will also help you get lower. When you're over here, you're coming over here and you're dropping that side, there's a bigger distance to travel. If you step in over here and you get low, it's a relatively small distance to fall down. All right? Cool. Now, any other questions? Yes.
Maybe one, is there a downside if I clamp the leg with the other hand, or do you prefer to hold the other?
Yeah, good question. I prefer to control that second ankle until I'm in that position where I can let go, connect my hands. I don't want to. So what did you say?
I want to go with the left hand on the thigh to
Here.
have more drag.
Yeah. So when we release this ankle, he has a free leg to use, so he can start pummeling it, breaking my grips, whatever. He can start pummeling inside. So until I enter, I'm still over here and controlling this ankle. And now, as I go into my single leg X, I can let go. Cool. All right. That was a simple entry just to get warm. Now we're gonna go over finishing mechanics. So, to break this ankle, what we're trying to do, there's different ways by the way, what we're trying to do is extend this foot here, right? There's ways to tap people just via pain. If you have a very sharp wrist bone here and you dig it into his muscle, he'll have a lot of pain. But against big guys, so if I'm fighting someone much bigger than me, it's gonna be very difficult to get him to tap just through pain. Yeah? So what I'm actually trying to do is extend his ankle this way. There's different ways, there's different ligaments here. I can get pressure like a toe hold, I can extend him in that direction, I can get pressure like a straight foot lock, or you can go even this way. Like there's different ligaments that will break in that foot, right? So for now, don't worry about that, but that's just the goal that we're trying to achieve here, right? So after we've entered into the single leg X position, usually it's not the case that your positioning is perfect, so we need to adjust. Usually you'll be wrapped around the calf here, right? But we need to get all the way close to this position. Yeah? So here is where our feet come into play. I can loosen up the grip a little bit. I can use my legs to shift my hips out. So I'm over here, I'm loosening my grip, shifting my hips out, and I get a better grip here. Now what needs to happen is that his foot is bent like this already. So the back of my shoulder should be touching the shoelaces of his foot, right? I don't want to be here, start extending. If I'm very strong, I'll break his shin bone maybe, but that's not an ankle lock. We need to be all the way over here, already have that extension of the foot here, as you can see, right? So this is the positioning you're trying to do. So after you've entered into the straight foot lock, loosen up the grip slightly, not too loose. Use your legs at the hip to shift your hips out. Get your grip basically near this part, right? And the grip that you want is the shotgun grip. For now, that's my favorite grip. I tried a lot of grips, but it's a very good grip. What that means is this arm goes through as deep as possible. This hand is on the inside of the shin, and this hand grabs my own forearm. What this grip allows me to do is to control his ankle. So if I'm not perfectly positioned here, I can use this to scoot it back, right? Now his foot is stretched out completely. He feels a lot of pressure now. So again, different grips can finish him still, But if you have this hand on the inside, this hand on your forearm here, you can extend them away, position it perfectly. Okay? Once you've got that perfect positioning, I want you to drop to your side and get that positioning of the single leg X we went over again. From here, I like to take a little scoot back with my elbow, extending the leg. There's already a lot of pressure here. Now what I'm doing to finish more, I'm going to look over my right shoulder and I'm going to try, this will not happen, it's not a belly down footlock, I'm going to try to bring my chest to the mat here. That's what I'm trying to envision for the finish. So I'm over here, got my positioning here, I drop, maybe slight scoot back, now I look over and I try to get my chest down to the mat. That's the break you're trying to get. Okay? Sorry. One more time. This side. So you guys can see as well, we're over here, we've entered into single leg X position, but we're not perfect on the leg yet. So we loosen up this grip a bit, use our legs to push off, get our hips far. Right? Now we can shoot this arm through further, we can get that shotgun grip, we can extend away, now his foot is stretched out. Now I get this leg configuration back again. As I do so, I make a little scoot back, stretching his leg out. You see what I'm doing? And now I'm gonna go for the finish. Look over that right shoulder, try to get my chest to the mat. So I'm not only going back, I'm not only doing this, but I'm also going sideways. Without his leg, because I don't want to hurt him. I'm doing this. This is what I'm trying to do. I go this way and that way. So again, get this as deep as possible. Hand on the inside here, don't go over. Get your shotgun grip, scoot back, and stretch out. Sorry, man. I think that's a lot of details. Are there any questions before we start drilling this? No? I'll give you some time to work this. You can start with the entry or you can just do the finishing mechanics. I'll give you both so you can switch between each other. 8 minutes, and if there are any questions, just call me. Close? 1, 2.